Hello and welcome to RTV News. It's Thursday, 24th October 2024, and I am pleased to bring you this edition of our news program airing live from Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. on Redeemer Television Channel 25 and also streaming live on our Facebook page, Redeemer Television. RTV News is your source for views, comments, analysis, and other issues happening both in Sierra Leone and beyond. I am your presenter, Daniel S. Misali. Coming up in today's program, Wealth Hunger Hill Fair hosts workshop on project management, data privacy and CRM for farmers and stakeholders. We'll also learn more about the building that collapsed on Melon Street in the Wellington area of Freetown, which has claimed the lives of 2 individuals following a severe downpour of rain in the early hours of today. Scheduled to take place from the 29th to 31st of October is the Sierra Leone Women in Tourism Regional Congress, which Sierra Leone will be hosting for the very first time. All these and much more, plus music break and today in history, are all lined up for you in this edition of RTV News, so stay tuned. Welcome back. This is RTV News, and you can send us your thoughts via text or WhatsApp to the number 079-716-255, or kindly drop your comments or concerns via the comment section on our Facebook platform, Redeemer Television. Now let's dive into our first story of the day. Wealth Hunger Hill Fair has successfully concluded a 2-day workshop focused on project management, data privacy and customer relationship management (CRM) for farmers, stakeholders and implementing partners. The workshop held in Kenema aimed at enhancing participants' knowledge on managing their projects and products while also addressing the importance of data protection and responsible practices in the agricultural sector. Here's more to the story. Wealth Hunger Hill Fair, a leading international development organization, organized a 2-day workshop aimed at building the capacity of farmers, stakeholders, and implementing partners in project management, data privacy, and customer relationship management (CRM). The workshop, which took place in Kenema, gathered key players in agriculture and waste management sectors to provide insight on better managing agricultural projects and ensuring proper data handling. George Menge, head of projects at Wealth Hunger Hill Fair, elaborated on the importance of the workshop, emphasizing the organization's commitment to improving agricultural practices and waste management across Sierra Leone.
We are here because we have called all our stakeholders, that they include the government ministry lines, our beneficiaries who are our implementing partners, farmers and all the stakeholders that are involved in our project. And we are here because of CRM, we call it Compliance Response Mechanism, that is one of the strong pillars of our organization, where we call all the stakeholders and make them understand and get informed that we have a compliance response mechanism in our organization.
He noted that the focus was not only on boosting productivity, but also ensuring that stakeholders are equipped with the necessary tools to maintain project efficiency and sustainability. Aminata Wuri from the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security highlighted the significance of the training for participants.
Well, one of the most important things that I noticed and I like, because I'm in the division of data. They are talking about data, and data, they say data is a privacy. Yes, data is a privacy, because you can't just go and collect data from people and then you take that particular data, take it to another secondary person, which is not good. When you are going there in the community to do anything, you have to ask for a consent, and that consent, you are telling the person that you are not even going to take the information to any other person. So I like that part of it today.
She explained the critical importance of data privacy discussed during the event, stressing that maintaining confidentiality in the workplace is essential for safeguarding sensitive information. Wuri emphasized that gaining consent is a vital component of responsible data management, which aligns with modern practices in agriculture and beyond. Also, Mohamed Kalon, the Regional Manager East for the Produce Monitoring Board, shared his experience at the workshop.
The project of the session is trying to tell us how to handle issues around fraud, issues around corruption, issues around terrorism, and the impact they have on the private sector world and how we should treat them in case we find ourselves in such situation. Say for instance, if we have been victim of child traffic or sex abuse or corruption, they are telling us exactly how we should communicate those problems. They are trying to tell us how we should categorize these problems, because we've been told that in a situation like this we have sensitive and insensitive issues, and how these issues could be channeled to the appropriate authorities within the region for appropriate actions to be taken.
Malone appreciated the depth of the discussions on data privacy and fraud handling, which are critical to ensuring transparency and accountability in agricultural and produce management sectors. The workshop served as a platform for participants to exchange ideas, learn new methodologies, and strengthen their roles in promoting sustainable agricultural development in Sierra Leone. For RTV News, Daniel Misali reporting. A building collapse on Mellon Street in the Wellington area of Freetown has claimed the lives of 2 individuals following a severe downpour of rain in the early hours of today. The torrential rains have not only caused the tragic collapse but also widespread flooding in other parts of the city, leaving many lives homeless. Let's join our reporter for more on the story.
The structure on Mellon Street gave way under the intense pressure of heavy rain, leading to the death of 2 people, with fear that more may be trapped under the rumble. Local residents, alongside rescue workers, have launched frantic search efforts to find anyone who might still be alive beneath the debris. Emergency services are continuing their operation as concerned citizens voice instructions about the lack of actions on building previously marked for demolition by authorities due to safety concerns. Flooding across other areas of Freetown has caused significant displacement, leaving many others without shelter. Entire neighborhoods have been submerged, with homes and businesses destroyed. Adding to the crisis strangled by the heavy rain, residents are calling for immediate government intervention to address both collapsed structures and the flooding issue, which have become more frequent in recent years. Amid the devastation, rescue teams are assessing the situation in several affected areas, hoping to prevent further casualties as they focus on recovery efforts. Government officials have yet to comment on the growing concerns about delayed response to marked building, leaving many citizens anxious about the future of their homes and safety during the rainy season. RTV News, Musa Samura reporting.
Sierra Leone is set to host the Women in Tourism Regional Congress for the very first time. As announced by the Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Nabila Tunis, the conference is scheduled to take place from the 29th to 31st October 2024 at the Freetown International Conference Center. This significant event will bring together over 600 women from across Sierra Leone and Africa. The Congress will also focus on the vital roles women play in the advancement of tourism within the region, with the objective of formulating a comprehensive action plan for submission to the African Union for implementation by member of states. Minister Tunis, during her announcement, expressed pride in Sierra Leone's increasing involvement in international tourism, particularly noting that the country recorded a 22% increase in visitors in 2024. This, she highlighted, is due to the government's successful hosting of several major international conferences, which have put Sierra Leone on the map as a growing tourism destination.
Accommodate me in this press briefing today, will I explain to one further about the regional congress where it takes place in Yana Salon, now the Freetown International Conference Center from the 29th to the 31st of October. This is the first time we Salon they hold a conference of this nature. And this conference, now a conference where we bring together women from across the country, and they bring together women from the African continent, and we do them in collaboration with UN Tourism. When I don't say UN Tourism, now the masters have people inside the UN for tourism business. And in January this year, we able to re-engage with UN Tourism again on a very high level, based on the fact that government decides that they will pay the outstanding dues to that particular body. So when we do that day, we able to get an entry point for begin for engage with them at a heightened level. So in January this year, we will get the privilege to visit the UN Tourism Secretary General, Zurab Pololoke Shagli, Now in office, now Madrid, where we go for the FITU, another event, a trade event, which can happen every year, where we able for showcase, wait till we get. So we engage with them, and then we share with them the plans that we get for the tourism sector in Salone.
She added that the Congress will serve as a critical platform to further boost the country's tourism sector and empower women who are leading initiatives within the industry. The Congress, organized in collaboration with the United Nations World Tourism Organization, UNWTO, will include sessions on policy formulation, leadership, capacity building, and the development of sustainable tourism models that are inclusive of women. The event is expected to pave the way for a long-term development strategy aimed at promoting tourism across African nations. Fatmata H. Keru, the Managing Director of the National Tourism Board, provided an update on the country's preparedness to host this landmark event.
For way delegate today, for the first time in the history of this nation, we will host a regional congress with a big UN Tourism Council. You know, it's not easy for bring the body we're responsible for tourism and globally for bringing a your country. So many things in there where you need for put in place. And one of them, now, your commitment to that organization. Tell you plenty, thank you, Madam Minister, that through you and the government of Sierra Leone, we're able to get that going, we make with the benefits for, with the benefits soon. In terms of the preparedness for this conference, the ministry and all the agencies don't work together. And we work with our partners there, we work with private sector there. We work with all tourism master sabi people there, for all we can together and plan this. And by doing that, we get an inter-MDA collaboration meetings there, where we do every Tuesday, now the Ministry of Tourism, where all the sector that were involved, the police, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I believe even Ministry of Health, and even Ministry of Information, don't they go there following all plan, ONS, and even immigration following plan.
She disclosed that the Tourism Board has engaged with private sector partners, collaborated with other government ministries, departments, and agencies, and ensured that logistical arrangements are in place for a smooth experience for delegates. Key measures include securing visas on arrival for international participants, booking of accommodations, and coordinating transportation services. Keru also called on Sierra Leoneans to contribute to the country's efforts to host the Congress successfully. She urged citizens to support initiatives aimed at cleaning the country's beaches and keeping public spaces presentable, emphasizing that the success of the Congress will depend on both the official preparations and public cooperation. We cannot afford to miss this opportunity to show the world our potential and readiness to be a top-tier tourism destination, Keru remarked, underscoring the importance of this event for Sierra Leone's reputation on the global stage. The Women in Tourism Regional Congress is expected to set the foundation for future growth in the tourism industry and strengthen Sierra Leone's position as a leading host of international tourism events in Africa. Daniel Misali reporting for RTV News. And if you are just tuning in, don't forget this is RTV News. You can share with us your views by texting us on WhatsApp or commenting on our Facebook page, Redeemer Television. The number is 079-716-255. Now let's relax and go for a short music break. Hallelujah. You know, it's a beautiful thing to know that God still lives. He's the Ancient of Days, the I Am that I am, the Rose of Sharon. Wherever you are, just join me this moment as we bless the name of the Lord. Hallelujah. Bless you. You're the Rose of Sharon, the bright and morning star.
You're the ancient of days.
You spoke and it was done, the everlasting one.
You're the ancient of days.
You're the Rose of Sharon, the bright and morning star.
You're the ancient of days.
You spoke and it was done, the everlasting one.
You're the
Ancient of days. Welcome back from that short break. The Free Education Project Secretariat, in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, MBSSE, has commenced a series of trainings for school quality assurance officers across 7 districts in Sierra Leone. The focus of this initiative is on promoting inclusive education, ensuring that children with special needs have equal access to quality education in the country. Here's more to the story. The Assistant Director of Special Needs at the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Mohamed Saliu Jallo, highlighted the importance of inclusive education in addressing the needs of all children, regardless of their physical, intellectual, or emotional challenges. He explained that the ongoing training equips school quality assurance officers with the necessary skills to identify, support, and create enabling environments for students with special needs within mainstream schools. This initiative is part of the government's broader commitment to ensuring that every child, regardless of ability, receives a quality education under the Free Education Project. By training officers in 7 districts, the program aims to improve the monitoring and implementation of inclusive education policies, ensuring that no child is left behind.
This training is geared towards inclusion in schools. We are currently training school quality assurance officers in 7 districts, namely Koinadugu, Karine, Bombali, Tonkolili, Kono, Western Rural, and Bo districts.
The benefits of inclusive education in Sierra Leone are profound, fostering a more equitable and just education system that empowers all students, enhances teacher capabilities, and strengthens community awareness around the value of diversity in education. Daniel Misali for RTV News. Emmanuel Cole, facing a single count charge of larceny, made an appearance before Magistrate Santigi Bangura at the Pademba Road Magistrate Court No. 2 after the hearing case. Magistrate Bangura granted bail to the accused, signaling a step forward in the legal proceedings. For further details, let's join our reporter Elizabeth Sia Esse.
One Emmanuel Cole made his first appearance before Magistrate Santigi Bangura of the Pademba Road Magistrate Court No. 2 in Freetown on 1-count charge of larceny, contrary to Section 2 of the Larceny Act 1916. According to the particulars of offence, on Wednesday, 4th September 2024, at No. 2 of George Drive, Old Road, Mambo, Godrich, the accused did steal one red ladies' shoe, black and brown straight human hair, and other items equivalent to the total value of 19,000 tatilion property that belonged to one Mariama Kabak Kamara. When the charge was read and explained to the accused person, he pleaded not guilty. The lawyer representing the accused person is I. Kamara, who applied for bail on behalf of the accused person that he is a Sierra Leonean resident within the jurisdiction, that he has reliable sureties who are willing and ready to go into a cognizance on behalf of the accused person, and he will not interfere with the prosecution witness or witnesses. He made his application based on Section 79 of the Criminal Procedure Act No. 32 of 1965. Meanwhile, Magistrate Santigi Bangura granted bail to the accused person in the sum of 30,000 leones with 2 sureties resident within this jurisdiction, and the bail was approved by the Deputy Assistant Registrar. The magistrate adjourned the case to the 28th October 2024. For RTV News, Sia Elizabeth Esse.
And once again, let's take this quick reminder from the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Chainoba, as he has issued a stern warning to anyone attempting to disrupt the peace and stability of the country. During last week's press briefing, he emphasized that the government would take strict legal action against individual or group found guilty of inciting violence or creating unrest. He reminded the public that any attempt to destabilize Sierra Leone will be met with the full force of the law.
Agladiwe my brother here say, when I don't take over 15 years, 20 years, they work on this. When they make me minister, I commit to when I say, we they finally bring this policy forward. We will bring the law, we will bring sanity in this industry. From day one, that they don't be me commitment. One of the issues when I raise here, when I say, we not include the region. First, we do consultation here. We combine north and some parts of the east, Kono and Makeni. We invite all man and put in the word. We invite the one from the south and the east in that area there. Then concern them all and take them, then give the consultants. The consultant writes the policy, it out and back to the ministry. 2 weeks ago, I pulled director back na sick day. It can a ministry, we go through word by word by word by word. The one rule we get as minister, one principle we try for advance is for avoid creating new institutions. The one institution we already get the name for regulate media na the IMC. Why IMC in the mind? Based on that principle, the recommendation is, with a strength in IMC, we add film commissioner na IMC. You know, mean say, oh, I get problem internally in IMC, and they won't go to. No, there's a separate welfare issue that will be dealt with within the ministry with UNA, but the classification needs to be set because otherwise, if now government they issue whether they pull film or not, I will say any film where they criticize President Leo, and now I let that film they come out. You don't want that tomorrow. Everywhere in the world, film industry must be regulated. You need classification, not so. You need for protect even your interest. You need for make sure say if you don't do film, somebody else take that film day. You copy all what you don't do, you just change the character there. You need somebody who get the power. The directorate cannot do that. You need a regulator to do that. So when you defend this petition today, just remember say it's a complex sector.
Before we end the program for today, let's take a quick look back at what happened on this day in history. On 24th October 1997, deposed President Ahmed Tidiane Kaba praised Thursday's agreement between the AFRC and ECOWAS on Friday, as he said he plans to return to Sierra Leone the following week. Any measure which restores constitutional rule is welcome, and next week he should return in Sierra Leone, Kaba said in Edinburgh, Scotland on Friday that same year. ECOMOG will deploy throughout Sierra Leone next week to ensure a peaceful transition back to constitutional rule, Kaba said. The main thing is to restore peace in Sierra Leone and end the bloodshed, and that he was fully in support of. An aide to President Kaba said the president had not been directly involved in the negotiations to restore constitutional rule in Sierra Leone. That's all we have time for in this edition of RTV News, coming to you live from Redeemer Television on Channel 25 and also streaming on Facebook at Redeemer Television. In case you missed any part of the program, you can catch the repeat broadcast from 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon, and also join us for the weekly review on Saturdays from 12 noon to 12:30 p.m. Don't forget to like, comment and share, and also subscribe to our social media platforms, Redeemer Television. Once again, I'm Daniel Misali. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of RTV News. Stay tuned and may God bless you.